Welcome to this week's presentation, Challenges for Technology Leadership. This week's presentation is part of Module 4, with only a few more modules remaining in LSU's ELRC 7500 course. Today's presentation is delivered by yours truly, Victoria Cooper, doctoral student at LSU. As presented in this week's module, the learning materials identify current hurdles that K-12 and higher education are facing in digital learning and digital transformation. Challenges cannot be separated from the context in which they take place. Each organization comes with its unique challenges, which I consider opportunities. As part of this week's assignment, I was tasked to look into the challenges in my professional workplace, terms of technology use, integration in broader national context, as discussed in readings this week. Then share the specific challenges in my profession or my workplace in this presentation. The outline for today's presentation includes 1, the top 10 IT issues as shared in this week's reading by EDUCAUSE. In addition, I will share the new foundation models presented in the same article, followed by challenges I believe are in the workplace, and then end with key takeaways. So let's go. The EDUCAUSE 2023 Top 10 IT Issues help describe the foundation models that colleges and universities will develop this year and beyond, utilizing lessons learned in the pandemic and framed by 3 building blocks. Recent times have brought about a great rethink that is upending previous models of management and working. Higher education is no exception. Institutional and technology leaders are ready for a new approach, which is great. They are responding to what we've learned, or what the authors learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, that we were beginning to address before the pandemic, and our shared enduring beliefs in the power of higher education. I want to take a moment to note that the lessons learned that I'm about to share from the EDUCAUSE article are specific to higher education, but also apply to my workplace. So what we've learned that we can operate an institution even when many people, staff, faculty, and students aren't physically present. We've learned that many students deeply want and need physical presence, but that they also want and need the flexibility that hybrid offers. I'm a personal friend or fan of hybrid offerings. We've learned that institutions have unique cultures that play out differently in person and online. And we've acknowledged that we can rapidly change and adapt, and that we don't always need to do things the way we always did them. Now, that in itself is a great example of things that don't apply just to higher education or K through 12 schools. That definitely applies in the workplace. And so continuation of the lessons learned based on the article is that we learned that data sparks insights, and that insights lead to better decisions. We've demonstrated that technology fuels just about everything an institution needs to do, and that as a result, the insights and guidance of a technology leader should help fuel institutional strategy. And then we've also recognized that IT staff need to help manage the business and further the missions in addition to running the systems. More lessons learned. We've learned that our work and personal lives overlap significantly, and that everyone needs flexibility between those lives. Yes, I agree with this 200%. We've also seen that students are influenced by their ongoing digital experiences, and that a good number of them want institutional digital experiences different from what's currently being offered. And then we realized that the importance of accentuating why and how work in higher education, or even my profession, can be a rewarding career choice. Okay, so let's get to the top 10 IT issues that were shared in this article. And again, as I go through this article or go through the top 10 IT issues, I still strongly believe that the issues that are listed here are not specific to technology, and not specific also to just K through 12 schools or higher education, that it really can apply to a lot of other things in the workplace in various fields, like mine with management consulting in corporate America, And then also just with a lot of the efforts going around with diversity, equity, and inclusion. It does not always have to include, well, in general, it does include making sure that different backgrounds are at the table and discussing and part of the discussion and taken into consideration when decisions are being made. But you'll see as we go through these top IT issues that it's really important to also include key stakeholders, anyone that has a very, or anyone or any department, any team, any unit that has an integral part in the running and the operations of a business as well as a school. Okay, so number one, seat at the table. I've heard this many times before in different contexts, but here it's ensuring IT leadership is a full partner in institutional strategic planning. Two, privacy and cybersecurity 101, definitely. Embedding privacy and cybersecurity education and awareness in the curriculum and in the workplace. This is very important. In previous or in prior employment, there are trainings on cybersecurity. I think even LSU used to do this. I know that it's done in the workplace where they would send you fake emails just to see if you would click on it, and to remind you not to click on emails, for example, where you're not sure if it's coming from a reliable or reputable place or person or company. Three, evolve, adapt, or lose talent. Oh my gosh, this I think was very relevant prior to the pandemic in recent times. But as a result of the life changing attitudes and mindset that came from the pandemic, I think this became even more important. So that's creating a workplace that allows for and supports movement up, down, and sideways to accommodate shifts in personal and professional goals and to foster a healthier work life balance. And then number four, smooth sailing for the student experience, using technology, data insight, and agility to create a frictionless student experience. And then five, enriching the leadership playbook, leading with humility and candor to engage, empower, and retain the IT workforce. And I think that kind of goes also along with number three, with evolving, adapting, or losing the talent that you have. Okay, the next set of, or the remaining five top IT issues that were shared in this article. Number six, expanding enrollments and the bottom line, focusing data and analytics initiatives, on identifying academic programs with high potential for recruitment, return on investment. Number seven, moving from data insight to data action. Converting data analytics, the numbers, what you see on paper on the screen, into action plans to power institutional performance, enhance operational efficiency, and improve student success. And then number eight, a new era of IT support, updating IT services to support remote and hybrid, or remote or slash hybrid work. And then number nine, online, in person, or hybrid. As you see here, I say yes to all. Give me options, because I personally believe at the end of the day, if the work is getting done on time or before it's due, within budget, and following the core values of an organization, why not? Developing a learning first technology enabled learning strategy, as mentioned in this was mentioned in the article. And then number 10, I love these acronyms. I hope I can pronounce them right. I think that's SAS, SAAS, ERP, and CRM. An alphabet soup of opportunity. Yes, alphabet soup. Managing cost, risk, and value investments in new ERP solutions. Okay, so taken together, the 2023 top 10 IT issues form a basis for the new foundation models, structured by three building blocks, which I have here. And again, they serve as the foundation, as I hope my visual aid kind of hints at that. So the first one is leadership, leading with wisdom. The second one is the data, ultra intelligent institution. And then three, work and learning. Everything is anywhere. So again, the three building blocks are leadership, data, and work and learning. Okay, so if I break this down a little bit more with the foundation models, With the first model, leading with wisdom, I want to highlight issue number 3, that it is not only specific to higher education, but my workplace as well. And again, what they did, or what the authors did, is that they took the 10 IT issues and then broke them down into the different foundation models. So you see here, issue number 1, number 3, and number 5 all fall under leading with wisdom. And so, with leading with wisdom and number 3, which I want to just highlight, the article talked about that the Great Resignation sparked an equally great reconsideration of the role of work in people's lives. Replacing staff, as they mentioned, has felt like healing or bailing a leaky boat, as resignations seem to or do or outpace the hires. A work to live attitude is gaining in popularity and respect, and staff want meaningful careers. Leaders must find a way to reinvent the workplace culture and adapt career and talent management to individuals' evolving needs. Today's technology workforce is calling for more attention and care more than ever. Staff members want to have agency and autonomy. I agree with that 200%. They want to know what they're accountable for and be empowered to achieve it. They also want to understand not only what decisions have been made and why, but also how they can exert some influence over decisions. Leaders must blend candor to establish expectations and accountability with humility to be receptive to other viewpoints and ideas. And that goes along with issue number 5. I personally, as a leader, I have stressed this or believed in this even prior to the pandemic, early in my career. Understanding, respecting, tell me what you need me to do. What is my job? What are my responsibilities? And then give me the space to do my job while still supporting me and being there when I need you and checking in when I need you. So I really do appreciate that one as well. Okay, so the second foundation model, the ultra intelligent institution. Irvin John, who also goes by Jack Good's 1966 concept of an ultra intelligent machine, which I had never heard of before today's mod or this week's module, is a machine that can far surpass all the intellectual activities of any man, however clever. Presage some aspects of artificial intelligence and foundation models. His conceptual machine was embodied with both memory and meaning, was capable of self-learning, and needed to be designed with economy because the cost would be exceedingly high. And so again, issues that the top 10 issues 2, 4, 6, and 7 are part of this model here. And then the third foundation model, everything is anywhere. The pivots to remote education and work during the pandemic were where business continuity, stopgaps to help faculty, staff, and students adapt rapidly. Today, leaders are acknowledging that the institution is no longer confined to the physical campus. And as it pertains to my workplace, prior to the pandemic, there were remote employees and there were hybrid employees and then there were in-person employees because it's a global company. And so we are equipped or set up to pretty much work wherever we need to work depending on the needs of the client. And so I appreciated that about my profession and my workplace because it was already set up. And so when the pandemic started, there really wasn't a huge adaptation that had to be made from the standpoint of technology because we already had laptops, we already had the tools and resources that we need to simply just work from home. Our laptops had our phones, so we don't have, for example, phones on our desk. Our phones are connected to our laptops through, at the time, I believe it was Skype, or pre-pandemic it was Skype, but now it's Teams. And then of course you have Zoom as well. We already had those capabilities and were tapped into them prior to the pandemic. And so also going back to what was said about being able to adapt rapidly, that goes back to an early statement about doing things as we always have in some institutions and in some workplaces. It just shows you that change doesn't have to take 5 to 10 years as part of a strategic plan, that when the need necessitates a quick change and the ability to adapt, that it can be done. So just throwing that in there. Classrooms, as it mentioned in the article, are in lecture halls and seminar rooms, or at least they were, but also in the homes of every instructor teaching remotely and every student engaged in hybrid learning. Institutional business is conducted in offices, conference rooms, and the homes of every staff member who works a bit or a lot from home. The campus consists of both physical and digital entities. Institutional data is stored, transmitted, and accessed on campus computers, home computers, portable devices, cloud servers, and other solution providers' machines. Everything is anywhere, so you literally can work from everywhere. And again, that goes back to being able to work and things being suited depending on just the life changes of the employees or the students. So, challenges in the workplace, which I consider challenges as growth opportunities, however painful they are. For challenges in the workplace, I've already mentioned a few, as you know, but I think it's really important to realize that the top 10 issues apply in my workplace as well, which I've shared. I've highlighted with a green circle to the best of my ability, part of my experience. For example, all key stakeholders, as I said before, need a seat at the table. The table should be diverse in roles, perspectives, and experiences to help the company reach its strategic goals. And that includes IT, that includes technology. Evolve, adapt, or lose talent across all generations. My workforce is intergenerational. Needs of employees and the customer slash client change over time. Online, in person, or hybrid, as I said before, I'm open to all of them. The goals remain the same. Just the pathway to achieve these goals require innovation, creativity, and the technological resources to make it happen. And so you see here in green, I have seat at the table, evolve, adapt, or lose talent, embedding the leadership, the leadership playbook, and then also privacy and cybersecurity 101, expanding enrollments and the bottom line, because nowhere other than corporate America is the bottom line the bottom line. And then everything is anywhere, a new era of IT support. And then also online, in person, or hybrid. I've already shared enthusiastically which one I support. All right, key takeaways. I feel like this entire presentation in this week's module is a key takeaway in itself. A successful path for the technology industry and individual institutions involve an increased utilization of technology as well as enhanced technology. Higher education needs new foundation models, and those models must use technology and data. The 2023 Top 10 IT Issues help describe the foundation models that colleges and universities will develop this year, 2023 and beyond, framed by the three building blocks of leadership, leading with wisdom, data, the ultra intelligent institution, and work and learning. Everything is anywhere. Acknowledgement. All right, thank you so much. And as I said before in the prior presentations, would love to connect with you, partner with you, and discuss all the great things pertaining to technology, education, and then as well as my doctoral program, which is Leadership in Human Resource Development. Here is my email address. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or thoughts or want to connect. Thanks and have a wonderful time. And I will see you next week for Module 5.